What's up YouTube? Welcome back to Ray's Ukulele and the first in a series of review videos that I'm going to be making. So today we're looking at the Kala Gardenia Mahogany Concert Ukulele. It's part of Kala's 2024 Voyage collection. This model has the resilient design, and so you can see it sells right now for about $99. If you're thinking about a beginner-friendly ukulele with real character, this one might surprise you. So quick backstory on the Voyage collection. So we've got another one here. The art on this ukulele isn't just a decoration. Kala partnered with cultural artist Sam Mangakahia, who designed the floral artwork that you see here. This particular model represents the Na'u or Gardenia brigami, an endemic and endangered Hawaiian plant. In the wild, there are only about 10 of them left. Historically, its flowers were used for leis, the stems for kapa cloth, and the fruit as a natural dye. So there's a whole cultural story behind this instrument. Now, I love it because Sam actually lives on the north shore of Oahu, where I used to live, and I think it's very special that you have a Polynesian artist who actually worked on the design for this ukulele. So let's run through some of the basics on the specs here. It's a concert size ukulele. It does come in various sizes. It's made out of a mahogany, top, back, sides, and the neck. And you've got a rosewood fretboard. It has a satin finish. So what that means is you have the gloss finish and a satin finish. I typically prefer a gloss finish just because sometimes the satin does make some noise if it's rubbing against your shirt or if you're rubbing against the ukulele. Sometimes when I strum you'll hear it, so that's the only thing there. But it is beautiful and a lot of people do like satin ukuleles. Then you've got a new bone nut and saddle. You've got Aquila Super Nalgut strings. I love Aquila strings. And then you have these open gear tuners, which I don't think that they're branded, but they seem to hold a tune pretty well. It also comes with a strap button pre-installed in case you're someone who likes to play with the strap. And there's no electronics. This is an acoustic style ukulele. Measurements wise, very standard concert ukulele. All right, so now let's talk about the looks. Personally, I think it's a good looking ukulele. The ivory artwork really pops nicely against the mahogany body. It's a bit more of a feminine design to me. My wife particularly likes this ukulele. There are several other designs in this series. And so I think this is especially nice for anyone who likes this sort of floral arrangement and someone who would connect with this motif. So overall on the design, I would rate it 8.5 out of 10. In terms of build quality, for the price point, the build quality is solid. There was one sort of small thing that I noticed just here on the tuners. I don't know if you can pick this up in the video, but there was a bit more gap here than I expected. I'll bring that closer, see. Anyway, apart from that, everything pretty solid. It comes together cleanly, nothing too flashy. The open gear tuners, like I said, work pretty well. The action feels comfortable out of the box, and the fretwork was decent. Not perfect, but very playable. I'll give the build quality a 7 out of 10. Not premium, but definitely reliable for a $99 ukulele. Now for the sound. This is where you really can't go wrong with Kala. At every price point, they deliver value far beyond what you're paying. So here, the mahogany tends to produce a warm, mellow, very classic ukulele tone, and that's exactly what you get here. Strumming feels smooth and balanced. Finger picking brings out some nice sweetness. It's not super loud or punchy. This is not a spruce top, project across the room kind of ukulele, but it sounds genuinely musical. For the price, I'm giving the sound an 8 out of 10. Great sound. It's tough for me to play without singing. When I hear the ukulele, it just makes me want to sing. Great sound out of this instrument. Now let's talk value for money. Here is where it's an easy recommendation. Solid construction, nice warm sound, Aquila strings, and actually it comes with a gig bag. If you love the design, this is honestly the perfect pick for a serious beginner, someone who wants a uke that feels special, looks beautiful, and will last. So value for the money, I'm gonna give it a score of 8.5 or even 9 out of 10. Okay, so my final thoughts on this ukulele. Sound, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. Build quality, like I said, I had a little bit of disappointment there, but doesn't actually affect the playability, so I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Value, maybe an 8.5. And design, 8.5 out of 10. Design/looks. This is a solid, reliable ukulele that looks unique and has a meaningful backstory. If the design speaks to you, you really can't go wrong with this one. Let me know in the comments if you want me to compare this to any other models, or if there are some particular ukuleles that you'd like to see a review for, and we'll see you next time on Ray's Ukulele.